This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, July 10th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. So we kick off Raw with Finn Balor. So yeah, Finn Balor comes out, and he was pretty much saying that he was not over Seth Rollins yet. He says that he did not finish the job at Money in the Bank, all because of Damian Priest. So he says that his issues is not over with Seth Rollins because of Damian Priest, and that's why. And then all of a sudden, the Judgment Day's theme song hits, and who comes out was the WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. So yeah, they come out there, and Rhea pretty much was talking about Finn. Let's go ahead and talk about this in the back and all that stuff. And Rhea Ripley gets into the ring. Dominic is standing outside the ring, and Rhea Ripley goes up to Finn Balor and says, let's go ahead and talk about this backstage and everything, not in front of everybody else. And Finn Balor was talking about how his issues is not with her, his issues is with Damian Priest. And Rhea Ripley was like, yeah, I get that, but let's go ahead and talk about it backstage or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Finn was trying to talk on the mic, and Rhea stops him by talking on the mic. And then both of them was having some words back to back where you can't really hear, like you can somewhat hear, but not really. And then Finn Balor just walks away, and then he kind of like walks up to Dominic, but walks past him. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Dominic gets into the ring, and then Rhea Ripley was talking about how the Judgment Day's business is not everybody else's business. Everybody else can stay out of it because the Judgment Day still runs Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's what Rhea Ripley was talking about. She was talking about how nobody can come face to face with her, whoever it is, and same for Dominic, for Dom. So yeah, that's what Rhea Ripley said. And then Dominic was trying to talk and stuff, but the fans like booing him so loudly and stuff. And then Seth Rollins' theme song hits. He comes walking out, and then Dominic is telling everybody to shut the music off and everything, screaming to the top of his lungs and everything, telling everybody to shut the music, stop cheering for him and all that stuff. And Seth is like, he comes out there eating and stuff, and he comes out there and goes like how he gets a match. He says something about how he gets a match against Dominic later on tonight, and he'll handle his business later on tonight. Because this is Monday Night Raw and stuff. So yeah, pretty good stuff right there, I guess. That was the start of Raw. But still to come later on tonight, we will see Logan Paul going face-to-face with Ricochet later on tonight. And not only that, up next we're going to be seeing Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus Imperium up next in a tag team match. This is Drew McIntyre's first match back since WrestleMania this year. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. But before we talk about that tag team match, we got to talk about what happened backstage. Now we see Damian Priest backstage, and then we see Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio come walking up backstage. And pretty much Rhea Ripley was talking about how Damian and Finn are not acting like men, and they got to squash the beef, like, because they aren't acting like men, and Damian Priest was talking about, like, well, this man right here, this man has been trying to squash it with Finn, and Finn just don't want to listen. I already talked to him, but he said, just for you, I'll talk to him one more time. And Rhea Ripley was like, okay, fine. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get to the first match of the night. It was Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci with the Intercontinental Champion Gunther Imperium in a tag team match. So yeah, this match, it was a pretty good match. Matt Riddle was doing his thing and stuff, and, at the ending, he started getting taken down and stuff. Like, Imperium was taking control of this match. And then we see Imperium trying to hit the Imperium bomb onto Matt Riddle, while Ludwig Kaiser climbed up the second turnbuckle. And then we see Giovanni Vinci about to pick him up for the powerbomb. Matt Riddle hits a back body drop onto Vinci, and then Kaiser jumps off the second turnbuckle, but he gets hit with a knee to the face by Riddle. Riddle goes over there and tags in McIntyre. McIntyre comes into the ring, taking control of this match, hitting some belly-to-belly suplexes on both of them and neck breakers and all that stuff. And then he was setting up for the Claymore onto Giovanni Vinci, and then we see Kaiser getting into the ring, and then the referee's dealing with Kaiser, trying to deal with him and stuff, and while the referee's distracted because of Ludwig Kaiser, we see Gunther grabbing Drew McIntyre's leg and then dragging him out of the ring, and then we see Matt Riddle coming up, jumping off the steel steps with a flying knee to the face onto Gunther, taking him out. McIntyre gets back into the ring. He runs the ropes and stuff. Vinci was trying to hit a clothesline onto him, but he ducks it. And then McIntyre comes back with the Claymore onto Vinci. Ludwig Kaiser comes running into the ring, but he gets caught by the ankle lock by Matt Riddle. And while Matt Riddle got the ankle lock applied to Ludwig Kaiser, McIntyre goes for the pin on Vinci, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle defeated Imperium tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. But then, after the match ended, we see Imperium on the ramp and stuff, and then Gunther says something to Vinci. Obviously, Gunther's disappointed in Vinci, and he just walks away. And then Vinci's looking at Kaiser like, dang, my fault pretty much. And Kaiser just looks at him, he just walks away too. So yeah, a little bit of tensions going high in Imperium. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, though, I'll give it 3 stars. It was a pretty good match to kick off Raw, pretty much the first match. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then, after that, we see Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio, the Judgment Day, talking backstage. And, Damian Priest is trying to squash the beef with Finn. And Damian Priest was trying to give him some options. He goes like, number 1, we can be cool and stop all this stuff. Or number 2, and then Finn just stops him right there. He goes like, number 2, we can just squash the beef and be cool with each other. And Finn was like, but the only thing is I get first dibs on Seth Rollins since I'm not done with him. And Damian Priest looks at me and goes like, that's perfectly fine. You can get first dibs on Seth Rollins. And I know you can beat him. But the thing is, just remember, I get the Money in the Bank briefcase. And he just walks away, and Finn Balor's just looking at him. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. But before we talk about that match that was supposed to happen, actually, they showed a video package about what happened on Friday Night SmackDown with the Bloodline and Usos and all that stuff, which was pretty good stuff. So yeah, I already talked about that. If you haven't yet, go check that out. But yeah, after that, we see the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, getting interviewed backstage, and they was getting asked like, who's gonna be the next challengers for the tag team titles? And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was talking about how they faced the Bloodline, how they been faced Imperium, how they took care of Pretty Deadly, and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden they get interrupted by the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio, the Judgment Day, and they was talking about how Rhea was talking about how they didn't hear their name getting talked about or anything about the tag team titles. And Rhea was talking about how any version of the Judgment Day can beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag team titles and all that stuff. And then Rhea Ripley was talking about how Dominic can beat him as well, just like how Dominic's going to beat Seth Rollins up next, because he has done like countless cardio in prison and all that stuff. And then they walked away, and Sami Zayn was about to say something, but then he decides to whisper in Kevin Owens' ear. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff though. But then, after that, we was supposed to get to the next match. So yeah, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley comes out to the ring. Dominic was supposed to have a one-on-one match with the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins makes his entrance down there. Seth Rollins gets up onto the steel steps, and he's getting distracted by Rhea Ripley, like she waved at him or something. And Seth, mocking around, whatever. But then Dominic comes up attacking Seth from behind, brawling with him. Seth is coming back, chasing Dominic through the crowd and everything, and then we see Finn Balor and Damian Priest attacking Seth Rollins, beating him down and everything. And then we get the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn running down there, making the save. They're brawling with the Judgment Day and everything. Seth Rollins gets back into the ring with the steel chair, chases off Damian Priest and Finn Balor with it. They didn't get hit, they just ran off. And then he hits Dominic in the stomach with it, and then hits him in the back with the chair, and Dominic quickly got out of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff though. But yeah, later on tonight, that match has been made. It will be a 6-man tag team match in the main event. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day later on tonight in a 6-man tag team match. But yeah, up next it will be Ricochet and Logan Paul going face to face up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw. Now we get to the next segment of the night where we see Ricochet make his way down there to the ring, and pretty much he was talking about Logan Paul, what Logan Paul did to him at Money in the Bank and everything. He says that Logan Paul attacked him from behind and everything, and they went at it and stuff. So he says that he wants to call out Logan Paul right now to go face to face with him right now on Raw. And then Logan Paul does come out, and instead of Logan Paul getting into the ring, he stands right there, pretty much right there at the end of the ramp and stuff, talking to Ricochet and stuff. And he was talking about how it's all Ricochet's fault. That's why he attacked Ricochet for what happened at Money in the Bank. And Ricochet was talking about how Logan Paul even said it on his podcast that it was unprofessional and stuff. Talking about what they did was unprofessional, but what Logan Paul did to him was way more unprofessional and stuff. And Logan Paul was talking about how the reason why he attacked Ricochet backstage and everything after the match was because Ricochet costed him the match. He says that instead of everybody worrying about themselves winning like he was, he says that everybody was more worried about making sure that Logan Paul don't win. So yeah, that's what Logan Paul was talking about. And yeah, that's what happened there. And then Ricochet was talking about how he pretty much came out to the ring to pretty much challenge Logan Paul to a match. But he says that after seeing him and everything right now, he says he just wants to punch him in the face and stuff. He just wants to beat the hell out of him. And yeah, that's what Ricochet was talking about. Ricochet was talking about how pretty much he usually comes out here every day pretty much to showcase in front of the fans and make the fans night and everything. But he says that he only came out here for one person, that was Logan Paul pretty much. So yeah, that's what Ricochet was talking about. And Logan Paul was talking about how Ricochet just makes moments, but Logan Paul is the moment. So yeah, that's what Logan Paul was talking about. And Ricochet was pretty much getting tired of everything that Logan Paul was talking about. And Ricochet does something pretty cool. He just runs and jumps over the top rope with a flip and lands on his feet outside the ring, getting face to face with Logan Paul. And, Logan Paul was talking about how he can knock out Ricochet and everything. And he says that, he ain't going to bother with him. And then, Logan Paul was going to walk away. And then Logan Paul turns right back around, trying to hit Ricochet with a left hand. Ricochet ducks it, and then Logan Paul throws his right hand at him. Ricochet ducks that. And then Ricochet grabs Logan Paul, kicking off the ring, hitting a sliced bread onto Logan Paul, and then staring Logan Paul in the pretty much ass face and stuff, like Logan Paul sitting down at ringside and everything, staring at Ricochet. But yeah, pretty cool moment right there, pretty good stuff. But yeah, definitely can't wait for that match. But up next, Becky Lynch will be in action on Raw, and I guess she's taking on Zoe Stark up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark with Trish Stratus at ringside in a one-on-one match. And you know what? This match, it was a pretty damn good match. I'm not even going to lie. Zoe Stark did freaking great in this match. And Becky Lynch pretty much elevated Zoe Stark a little bit in this match. I'm not even going to lie. Now, there was some cool spots and stuff that Zoe Stark was doing to pretty much take out Becky and stuff. Like at one point, we see Becky trying to lock on to disarm her onto Zoe, but Zoe rolled her up, but only got a 2 count. And then she tosses Becky. Well, Becky pretty much runs to the ropes and stuff after Zoe Stark was trying to hit the C360 onto Becky. Becky pretty much hits a arm drag onto her before she got lifted up or anything. And then Becky runs to the ropes, and then when she came back, Zoe hits a spin kick pretty much to the face onto Becky Lynch. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Becky barely kicking out at 2, and then Becky and Zoe's going at it and stuff, pretty much by the corner and everything, and then we see Becky Lynch roll up Zoe Stark for a pin. 1, 2, then we see Zoe Stark roll through, getting a pin, like had Becky pinned as well, getting the pin, 1, 2, and then Zoe grabs the rope and stuff to get like leverage and stuff. And pretty much the referee seen that, so the referee stopped the count. And then after, Zoe was complaining about that, Becky rolls Zoe up for a pin as well, grabbing the ropes as well, getting a count. 1, 2, Trish pinpoints what Becky is doing to the referee, and then the referee stops the count, obviously. So yeah, that's what happened there, and then that's when Zoe Stark grabs Becky while she's distracted. Try to hit C360 onto her. She flips Becky and about to hit her with the knee to the face, but Becky catches the leg, and then Becky takes down Zoe Stark, and then she pretty much runs over and hits a baseball slide drop kick onto Trish Stratus, taking her out. And after she got back up to her feet, that's when Zoe Stark comes up behind Becky Lynch, rolling her up for a pin. 1, 2, 3, all over there. So yeah, Zoe Stark defeated Becky Lynch tonight in a one-on-one match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match, though. I'll give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a good match between those two women. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn talking backstage. And Seth Rollins talking about how he greatly appreciates Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens coming out there and helping him and stuff, dealing with the Judgment Day and everything. And, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn was talking about, like, yeah, I mean, we understand, like, you got your issues with the Judgment Day. We've been having our issues, so why not? And Kevin Owens was talking about, like, I got a plan. And after Seth Rollins was talking about what was the plan, Kevin Owens was talking about how he got some plan. And he says, we can just go out there, beat them all up, beat them upside the head, and win the match. That's the plan. So, yeah, that's what they said there. But, yeah, later on tonight, they got the 6-man tag team match against the Judgment Day later on tonight. But, yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now we had Chad Gable and Otis Alpha Academy in the ring and stuff, and Chad Gable is hosting the event for Maxine Dupree to graduate from Alpha Academy. So yeah, that's what he's hosting right there. And Chad Gable was pretty much starts listing off how much accomplishments he got. But he says how much accomplishments does Maxine Dupree got, so started listing off that, talking about how she did great by doing arm drags and then spectacular suplex and stuff last week and everything. And says stuff like that. So yeah, that's what Chad Gable said. And then he introduces Maxine Dupree. She comes out with a cap and gown and stuff. On the cap it says Alpha Queen and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. And then yeah, she comes in there and starts thanking everybody, thanking Chad Gable, talking about how she thought he was thinking that he was a troll and nothing good and everything, up until she noticed how good of a coach he was and everything. So starts thanking him, and then starts thanking Otis and everything, but then starts thanking the WWE Universe and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what she was doing, and yeah, she says that she's going to have a lot of great memories with Alpha Academy for sure. But yeah, then after that, we see Chad Gable just take off everything that he was wearing and throws on a jacket, and same for Otis. And then we see Chad Gable, and tells Maxine to take off the cap and gown because she is a official member of Alpha Academy. He's going to give her that jacket. And, she's about to throw on the jacket and everything. After she done took off the cap and gown, she's about to throw on the jacket. But then they get interrupted by Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. They come walking out with their theme song, distracting Alpha Academy. And then we see Valhalla coming up from behind, attacking Maxine Dupree, laying her out, and then grabbing the jacket and just steals the jacket. So yeah, that's what happened there. Definitely, this feud is going on with stealing jackets now, just like the old days with Bret Hart and stuff, if everybody can remember his jacket getting stolen. But yeah, same thing right here. Maxine Dupree's jacket got stolen. Yeah, pretty good stuff though, pretty funny. But yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Shayna Baszler in action up next on Raw, because she's getting ready to come out to the ring. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Shayna Baszler versus Emma one-on-one. And yeah, Emma was doing pretty good in this match, but it wasn't enough because Shayna Baszler starts taking control of this match and everything, going after Emma's arm. She bends her arm on the mat and then stumps on it. And then Shayna Baszler locks on the Kirifuda clutch onto Emma, making her tap out. So yeah, Shayna Baszler defeated Emma in a one-on-one match tonight on Monday Night Raw. But then after the match was over, Ronda Rousey's theme song hits. She comes walking down. She gets into the ring, and then she starts attacking Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler was trying to fight back and everything. Ronda Rousey's beating her down and everything, but then Shayna Baszler was trying to lock on the Kitafuda clutch onto Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey fought out of that, tried to lock on the armbar onto Shayna. Shayna was fighting out of that, rolling back through and everything, and then grabs the ropes, pulling herself out of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. Shayna Baszler defeated Emma, and then she got attacked by Ronda Rousey. But yep, for the match and what happened after the match, I'll just give it 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Nothing really too special there. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, they got Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag team match in the main event. And yeah, much more. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now we had Cody Rhodes. He makes his entrance down to the ring, and pretty much he starts talking in the middle of the ring, talking about what does everybody want to talk about and stuff. And then he was talking about Brock Lesnar, and he was talking about the press conference they had in the UK a few days ago, talking about where somebody asked him the question about momentum or whatever, and he says that pretty much he was kind of hesitant of answering that question and everything, but he answered honestly. So he says that the momentum with the crowd, he says, is freaking phenomenal because they've been selling out every show when he's been there and everything, and everybody's been cheering for him. But he says the momentum in the ring has been shaken a little bit because of one person. That person name is Brock Lesnar, because he is that mountain that stands in his way in the ring every single time. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes is talking about. And then he says that everybody got a Brock Lesnar in their life. Everybody got a Brock Lesnar at work with their boss or somebody else or whatever. So he says that everybody got a Brock Lesnar, but his Brock Lesnar is over 6 foot tall and weighs over 250 pounds and everything. And pretty much would go after him every single time. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes is talking about. But then he pretty much challenges Brock Lesnar to a rubber match at SummerSlam. So yeah, one more match, a third match at SummerSlam. That's what Cody Rhodes did. He challenges Brock Lesnar to a match. And we're going to see if Brock Lesnar will ever accept it. And Cody Rhodes said that Lesnar will not be there on Raw tonight. So yeah, Brock Lesnar's not there, but Cody Rhodes sent out that challenge. But yep, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff though. But still to come later on tonight in the main event, it will be Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag team match later on tonight on Monday Night Raw. But up next, we're going to be seeing The Miz versus Tommaso Ciampa 1-on-1 in a no disqualification match up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a 1-on-1 match. It was Tommaso Ciampa versus The Miz in a no disqualification match. And you know what? This match, it was a pretty good match. They brought in multiple weapons. They brought in steel chairs, tables, trash can lids, a lot of stuff. But yeah, they brought in a lot of stuff. Like Tommaso Ciampa was trying to put Miz through a lot of stuff, and same for Miz. Trying to skull crush finale on the Ciampa a few times. But then we started getting towards the ending of this match where Ciampa was just beating down the Miz. Got some sitting down in the corner. He grabs the trash can lid and runs his knee with the trash can lid into Miz's face like 3 times. And then he grabs Miz. He got the table set up in the middle of the ring. He got Miz on his shoulders, standing up on the second turnbuckle, and pretty much hit like an avalanche white noise onto Miz. Through the table, and then Tommaso Ciampa crawls for the pin, pinning the Miz. 1, 2, the pin gets broken up by Bronson Reed. So yeah, Bronson Reed drags Tommaso Ciampa out of the ring. He starts beating him down outside the ring, hitting elbow drop and stuff onto him out there. He grabs Ciampa, throws him back into the ring. He climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with the tsunami onto Tommaso Ciampa. Miz crawls for the pin, getting the 3 count. So yeah, the Miz defeated Tommaso Ciampa tonight in the no disqualification match tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. Pretty good match though. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a good one. But yeah, that's what happened there. But then, after that, we see the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez talking backstage, but then they get interrupted by Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. And yeah, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville was talking about how it's not fair that Liv Morgan and Raquel is going to be sitting at ringside for their match. Like, they don't know why they're sitting at ringside for their match, and they need to talk to the manager. But then they said that they are going to make sure that they beat Raquel and Liv next week on Raw to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That's what they was talking about. But then all of a sudden we see Rhea Ripley coming up, and she gets in Raquel's face talking about that Liv and Raquel has been getting in her business the last 2 times, and she said that the next time they get in her business is not going to end well. So yeah, that's what Rhea was saying to Raquel and Liv. And then Chelsea Green starts talking about, yeah, we are going to become the Women's Tag Team Champions, and then we are going to be running this place. Ain't that right, Rhea? And then Rhea just looks at Chelsea Green, ready to mess her up, and she says, who is we? And then Sonya Deville's like, you know what, Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea Green mean it like that. We're going to walk away. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then Liv Morgan tells Rhea that nobody's scared of her, and Raquel was talking about how she'll keep on doing it again. So yeah, that's what she told Rhea. But yeah, up next we're going to be seeing Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green taking on Kaden Carter and Katana Chance up next in a tag team match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance in a tag team match with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan watching this match from ringside. So yeah, they're sitting by the commentators table tonight watching this match from ringside. And you know what, this match, it was a pretty cool one. Now we see at one point that Sonya Deville, Kaden Carter was pinning Chelsea Green by like sitting on her or whatever, and that's when Sonya Deville comes up hitting her with a knee, and pretty much Chelsea Green rolling up for a pin, but Carter kicked out with 2. That was a pretty cool moment. But then we started getting towards the ending of this match, where we see Katana Chance getting tagged into this match. She sits on to Kaden Carter's shoulders on the top turnbuckle, and then she jumps off with a big splash onto Chelsea Green. She goes for the pin. 1, 2. The pin gets broken up at the count of 2 by Deville, and then Kaden Carter's grabbing Sonya Deville, but Sonya Deville reverses it and throws Kaden Carter out of the ring, and then Sonya Deville got dragged out the ring by Carter, and then that's when Deville kicks Kaden Carter upside the head, and then we see Chelsea Green distracted, but then she gets rolled up for a pin by Katana Chance. She kicked out at the count of 2, and then that's when Chelsea Green rolls up Katana Chance like a crucifix pin somewhat, and she had her feet on the ropes, kind of getting like leverage, I guess, a little bit, but she got a 3 count. But yeah, that's what happened there. So Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green defeated Katana Chance and Kaden Carter tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened there for that match. I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, after that match, we see Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle talking backstage, and then Byron Saxton comes up interviewing them, and McIntyre was talking about how he's not going to be there on Raw next week, so Matt Riddle got to take care of Gunther all by himself, unfortunately. And Matt Riddle said that he talked to Adam Pearce, and he said that he got Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci banned from ringside. So yeah, it's going to be a one-on-one match between Gunther and Matt Riddle next week on Raw. And Riddle was cool with that. And then him and Drew's going to go get some drinks, they said now. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, it'll be the main event, the 6-man tag team match on Raw. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, it was a main event. It was the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, and he was teaming up with the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and they was taking on Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio with the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, the Judgment Day, in a 6-man tag team match. So yeah, the Judgment Day versus Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens in a 6-man tag team match. And you know what? This match, it was a pretty good match. There was a lot of stuff going on in this match. Like at one point, we see pretty much Damian Priest almost accidentally knocked Finn Balor off the ring apron because Seth ducked from a move and Balor was on the ring apron and he didn't notice. Damien almost hitting him, and then Damien turns around, he gets hit with a super kick by Seth, and Damien knocked Finn Balor off the apron by accident and stuff during that time. And then that's when Seth hits the pedigree onto Damien. He goes for the pin. He hits the pedigree onto Damien, and then Dominic eventually tags himself in. And then at one point during the match, we see Dominic hit the frog splash onto Seth Rollins off the top turnbuckle. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. The pin kind of it didn't even get broken up at the count of 2. Sami Zayn comes running in to break up the pin, which was pretty funny. I don't even know if a lot of people noticed it, but when Sami Zayn came running in to break up the pin, and he was coming down with the blow to break up the pin, Dominic kind of moved out of the way, and Sami accidentally clocked Seth on accident. I don't even know if anybody noticed that, but yeah, that's what happened there. And then we see Seth hit the super kick onto Finn during this match, and then that's when he goes over there and tags in Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn starts taking control of this match. Finn starts coming back at the ending. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with a coup de grace, but Sami moves out the way. Finn lands on his feet. Sami comes up, hits the blue thunder bomb onto him. He pins him. 1, 2. The pin gets broken up at the count of 2 by Dominic. Dominic starts beating down Sami Zayn, puts him on the second rope to hit the 619. Dominic turns around, he gets kicked in the stomach, and then he gets hit with a stunner by Kevin Owens. Damian Priest comes in there, grabs Kevin Owens, throws him out of the ring through the second rope. Priest turns around, he gets hit with a clothesline going over the top rope by Sami Zayn. Finn Balor tries to round up on Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn grabs him and hits the exploder suplex onto him in the corner. And then he was setting up for the Helluva kick on one side of the ring to hit it on Finn Balor, but then Rhea Ripley grabs Sami Zayn by the foot, and then Rhea Ripley gets on the ring apron, distracting the referee because the referee caught her doing that. And then while the referee's distracted, Damian Priest gets in the ring, grabs Sami Zayn by the throat, hits South of Heaven onto him, and then that's when Finn Balor climbs at the top turnbuckle and he jumps off, hitting the coup de grace onto Sami Zayn, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the Judgment Day defeated Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens tonight in a 6-man tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good match though to end off the show, but yeah, good stuff. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. That was probably match of the night for me. But yeah, pretty good match though. So yeah, for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 8.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good episode. But yeah, that's why I'll give tonight's episode. But yeah, subscribe to CW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll be doing my AEW Dynamite reviews this Wednesday, so yeah, look out for that. And I'll probably not be talking about Friday Night SmackDown or AEW Collision because I got some stuff to do over the weekend. So yeah, I'll probably not be talking about those, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, Dynamite, I'll be talking about that this Wednesday, so yeah, look out for that. But yeah, see you guys later. Until then.